Good morning everyone, Dr. Nat here. So this is lab number 2, activity number 2. So let's take a look. This is bearing unit part 2 called shaft. And this is a pretty symmetrical diagram, so it's going to be a little bit easy for us. So this is a 40, diameter 30, 28. And then we can just split it over here, mirror everything to this side. And then we have another one of 20. And then we have this part which we have not covered in the previous activity. This is called hashing or hatch. And then we have a pin. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so I have opened my A3 template. I'm going to save this as a drawing. 2018. This is going to be lab 2, activity number 2. Okay, so if I look at layout, the template is still there. I can edit this later. Okay, now I'm going to insert the diagram for our reference. Whoops, that's too big. Okay, so we start with making a center line, and then we will make a rod or a cylinder that looks like a rectangle that has a dimension of 40 by 160. So 160, and then we are going down by 40. Let's just make the first one first, then we will make the center line. So this would be helpful if you are in ortho mode. Now we are going to make the center line. So our diagram is 358 in total, so our center line should be extending all the way. First I need to make the midpoint. $358 divided by 2 is what? 175. Let's just make 180 first. Okay. And then I'm gonna mirror everything over here later. So we have our first part, 40 and the 160. The next one is 30, and this is 30 as well, so this is going to be 30. And so this is going to be 15 going up, 30 going to the left, and then 30 going downwards, and then going to the right. I am going to turn off nearest in my object snap. Oh, okay, maybe I do need nearest. Okay, like that. And then the next one would be, maybe this guy needs to be bigger. I can't be zooming every time, right? Scale, specify base point, and let's make this equally big. Okay, I hope that's better. Maybe a little bit more bigger. Scale, specify base point, make it bigger. Okay, the next one would be, this is 28 and this is 54 minus 30, so it's 24 going to the left, going upwards is 28. 28 divided by 2 is 14, so we're going to start with from the midpoint going upwards, 14 and then 24. 14 and 24. Going upwards by 14 and then 24. Going downwards by 28 and then going to the right by 24. escape. So that is what I have so far. And then 54 minus 99, or 99 minus 54, you are going to have 45, if my brain is working correctly. 45, yeah, I think so. 45 to the left, and going upwards it is 20, so it is going to be 10. So 10 going upwards, 45 going to the left, going down we will go by 20, and then this is going to be 45. So that is what we have so far. Here we have something that looks like a chamfer, and this part is not given. Is it given? 7. Okay, it's not given, so we're gonna assume this is 0.5. So let's try. Make a line first. 0.5. Extend all the way. And then we're gonna make chamfer. Distance, capital D, 2 and 2. Not working. Try again. D, 2, enter 2. Okay, I know why it's not working, because this line is not connected. Okay. Chamfer, D, 2, enter, 2, enter. Wrong line again. So I need to select this huge line, okay? Select the first line. Like that. And now we can trim. Okay, so we have a similar structure that is mirrored over here, so we're just going to mirror that, and let's do that right now. Everything that is up to this point will be mirrored. Okay, not working. Like that. Okay. Oh, it's selecting everything. That's fine. Mirror. And then we are mirroring it there. So now we have our full structure. We can get rid of extra lines if you want to. Okay, so that is not an extra line. This would be an extra line. And this would be an extra line. Okay. Let's change this to a center line. Let's make it one single line. Delete. Extend all the way. Change the properties. And then the line type would be center 2. Maybe center would be sufficient because it's big. Okay. Okay, so it's not really showing up. Maybe because I did not select it again. Center. Okay, now it's working. So that is your center, because this thing is actually a cylinder. Okay, so now we're going to figure out how to do this part. So this is using spline, and then this is a hole for the taper pin, and this hole needs to be 6 in diameter. Spline extends from here to here, and this one is not given. The position, exact position, is not given. We're just going to estimate this for the taper pin hole. Okay, for the other side, we're going to figure that out in a bit. Okay, let's do this part first. Use spline. So spline is over there. Can you see my cursor? It's spline, S-P-L-I-N-E. We're going to use the top part, and if you look back at this diagram, it starts from, it extends between 2 cylinders. Okay. We're just gonna freehand this. Maybe I will untick object snap and figure out if that is better for me. So this is just freehand. Don't worry about not making this similar to me. As long as it serves the purpose, that's fine. Escape. Oh, let me try again. Oh, I'm in ortho mode, that's why it's difficult. So untick this. That is our culprit. Extend and enter. Now we trim. And then we will trim everything inside. Wait, not this one. This guy. Yes. Maybe we can do the structure first. I'm gonna make a... Now I need to turn on my ortho mode. Make a line. Like that. So we can see that the structure extends all the way until the spline. So that is what we're gonna do. Then we're gonna trim it later. Okay. So now I am going to make an offset. This is going to be offset. Distance is going to be 3 to the right, and distance is going to be 3 to the left. Now that I have that, I need to trim. So I'm not going to trim the middle part because that is going to be our center line. Trim. The insides should be trimmed as well. And this one should go as well. Don't need it anymore. Okay, like that. And the center line will be extended a bit. Now we change the properties. And then the line type would be center. Doesn't really show up because it's small. So properties, we're going to load center 0.5. Center 0.5. And change properties. So it's still not showing up. Do we have a smaller one? Let's find out. So it should be around the center. So the smallest one is 0.5. So I don't think we have another option. So we're just going to stick with that. Okay. And this center line extends beyond that. So now it is showing up. Okay. What else do we need? We need to do the other side. So let's do the taper pin first. So the taper pin has a diameter of 6 because it's the same size as the hole. And then it extends 30 over here. The radius is 3, which means that this is going to be 30 plus 3 and 3. So it's going to be 36 in total on the x-axis and 6 on the y-axis. So again, apologies for the construction noise. I do not have control over that. I'm just going to make a box to start. Okay, so that is turn on object snap. Make sure you're in ortho mode at this point. 6 and then 36 and 6. Okay, so we have something like looks like that. And maybe I need to make a center line. Okay, extend it like so. Typically we would extend it by 3, but we can just eyeball it for now. Okay, so now I need to figure out how to make the arc. I can make the circle or I can do the arc. Let's try to do the arc, 3 points arc. But first I need to make a guideline of 3 because the radius is 3. So from the side, 3, and then I am going to go downwards. I'm going to mirror this so I don't have to do both sides. I am going to select arc, 3 points, like so. First point, second point, third point. Perfect. Now let's trim it and mirror it. I'm still in art mode. Trim. Okay. I need to make a midpoint as my reference for the mirror, and then mirror. Okay. Extend this center line and change the properties. Get rid of this. Whoops. Okay, so what else are we missing? We are missing this guy that is situated 7.5, and this is going to be 0.5. 7 and this is 0.5. So from the beginning of the arc, it's going to be 7. Then I'm just going to extend that and extending this downwards. Get rid of that. And then this is going to be offset by 0.5. Move to the right. So there you have it. So here it looks pretty symmetrical. So I can make this look nicer. What I can do is I can offset this, maybe 3, going upwards, going downwards, escape that, drag it, and drag it, and then trim, escape, trim. So now we have a guideline. Like so. Later you can add on the dimensions. Okay, next part is doing the spline and the hole. So the hole should fit this taper pin, this entire taper pin. So it's going to be 6 and 36. Okay, 6 and 36. So make the spline first, or maybe we can start with the taper pin first. So from the edge, we know that we are supposed to be 7. Okay, just my guideline, don't worry about it yet. And then this is the marking where the arc starts. So from here, the arc is 3. So I should have just done 4, right? And then this is going to be 36. And then going upwards, I'm going to do this 3. Wait, it didn't work. Going upwards is 3. Going to here is 36. And then 6. Like that. Okay, so what I did just now is basically make a box that is 36. and another one that has, this should have been 6, so this is wrong. I wonder it looks, oh, okay, 36. Okay, so this one is this over here, 6, like that. And where does it start? Dim. From the edge over here to this point is 4. Okay, getting rid of the dimensions now because I need to work with this. I made a guideline from the midpoint of this object because I want to move it. Now I am going to select this, move, specify base point. Oh, wrong base point. It should be the top part. Selecting this guy, move, and this is my base point, the top part, because I need to align it to the edge of this. Now we can trim it. So this is going to be the hole where the taper pin goes. Okay, now let's make the spline. Now if you look over here, it's kind of big, right? Which means that this might be only half of whatever the taper pin is. You can see the distance between the midpoint is too little. So I have a feeling that this is actually 3 instead of 6. So we're going to move more. Move and midpoint like that. So now we can trim the top part. Now let's make spline. Make sure your ortho mode is unticked. So let's try to figure out where it starts. It starts at the edge of this guy and ends almost over here. Okay, so I'm gonna unclick object snap as well. This is a freehand. Don't worry if it's not the same. As long as relatively the same, then it should be fine. And then trim. Okay, I am going to extend this line a bit, and maybe this line as well. Trim. Okay, last part. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Let me try again. Okay, so this needs to end at the structure. Like that. Okay, now we trim it. Like that, that's better. And then we get rid of this. Okay, so pick hatch. We're gonna hatch the inside of this. So hatch, there are several options. So it doesn't mention here, but I'm going to pick an internal point. If you don't want to pick the internal point, then you can select the other options, but I'm going to go with pick internal point. But if it's not in the pick internal point mode, you type in K. Okay, so pick the internal point. This is my internal point. So now I have a hatch. I can change the hatch property to be a different pattern, and we will follow the pattern given in the lab, which is diagonal line. Pick until we find a suitable one. This is Japan standard. Where is ISO? I'm not sure if they are using ISO here. 30, and this is 8A, and this is 8, 8. Okay, I'm gonna go with 8. Close, enter. Okay. It could be better, but I think this is okay for now. So the last part would be to hatch this one as well before you do dimensions. Hatch, and okay, we are done. Please don't forget to do the dimensions and print your drawing in PDF in the layout. Make sure to change this to Lab 2 Activity 2 and change the date. And please upload the activity on Padlet. The link is given on Putra Blast. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the group. Okay, take care everyone and have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.